we got to clean up with the kicking game, and a lot of that was some young kids in there that didn't get their job done. So we'll get that cleaned up, and got a great challenge next week. It'll be a different football team coming here next week. Akron's got some good players, and Terry have them well coached, so we got to be ready to go.
You look at the defensive side, and to get 2 scores from those guys, and it was guys that are going to be forced into bigger roles this year. How important was that for a confidence builder going into the next week?
They both were freshmen. I guess George, somebody told me that's a school record, 95 yards or whatever it was for a fumble return for a touchdown. But he's a freshman. The other was Ty Tyler, who was a freshman. So he had 2 young kids that got in there and made some plays. And it's going to be important. Those guys, they got to be good players for us because, like I say, with the schedule we got left to play and all that, we're going to have to play a lot of people, and we did that today.
How important was that summer and the confidence of him being the summer conditioning guy of the year for his confidence? It seemed like he was flying around.
He did. I mean, all 3 of those safeties, Kendall and Corey and C.J. Rivas, all played well. And, it's great to see great things happen to guys that work like they did, like he works. And he was tremendous, had tremendous offseason, tremendous winter, tremendous summer, and it carried over onto the field. And that's what's great. You can talk all the time about all these measurables and all that, but when you carry those measurables over to the field and play fast like he's playing, then that's where it matters.
Fumbled the first possession. It seemed like Chase sort of took it from that point and calmed things down and made some pretty good reads from that point forward.
Yeah, I thought the outside receivers made some plays. I mean, McManus made a tremendous catch. Michael Clark stepped up for the first time, made some plays. Hunt made a play. So if we can keep getting the production out of those outside receivers that we got today, and then, of course, Box and the inside guys with Bird and Yurchek both made some plays. So it was good to see that. And Chase, just the first half, was pretty clean and kind of picked up where he left off.
How gratifying is it to see Clark, after all those years playing basketball and not playing football competitively, go out and catch the first ball thrown to him?
That was, like I said, he hadn't played football in like 5 years, I think. So that's the first time he stepped on the field and actually played a game since his 9th grade year in high school, which is a while back. And but he's practiced well. He's gone up against the defense. It's pretty good. So I thought he went out there and he's done what he's done in practice against the defense a year ago as a scout team player, and then, of course, carried over into the fall. So it was good to see.
Does the basketball aspect of that help him for the transition here, just because he's been in games before? It might not be this sport, but at the same time, he's been under the lights, so to speak.
Well, he's a competitor, no question. He only played there as a freshman. He's got 3 years with us, and he's a tremendous athlete that he can really transition well for a guy as tall as he is. Normally guys that are 6'7" like that can't transition, get out of cuts like he can. So he can high point the ball, which he did in basketball, and do a lot of good things. And we're expecting him to have a great year. He was good today, and he's got to continue to do that.
So the bye week, start the season, started a week late. Was that, besides the turnover, how you wanted to?
Yeah, in the first games, you never, like I say, you hope to play pretty clean. I thought we did, and that was good. And there's a lot of improvement can take place between game 1 and 2, so we got to make sure we just correct the mistakes we had here in game 1, and because we can't make some of those mistakes next. Of course, the next games that coming up with Akron being next, and then the ones that follow. So we got to clean that up and come back and have a great week of preparation this week.
What did you like the best about your defense tonight?
Well, they're athletic. They can run. Best they kept them out of the end zone. They shut that team out, and what they should have done. And they made plays when they had to, and I thought we played a lot of players. That's the first time Durant's played in a while. I thought he went in there and played well. Chase Hancock, a lot of new guys, new faces have gone in there playing for the first time. And you got a freshman corner out there, and you've got a lot of young kids that I think Chuck at one time had kept several freshmen back there in the secondary. So it's good to get their feet wet because we're going to need them as the season goes along.
Is it going to sort of be running back committee this year?
Well,
with the depth you have?
Yeah, I think it depends on who's got the hot hand, and we're going to try to play. It's hard to play 4. It's hard to play 4. You got to try to get into a rhythm with those guys a little bit. But I like all 4 of those guys, and I was glad that we tried to get, but we didn't try. We got all 4 of them work today, which was the plan going in. And Holliday and Keon played the first half, and then Pittman and Anthony played the second half. So as we go along, they'll continue to get better and better.
How much does it help Pitt and Keon the bowl game last year, and Pitt the experience that he got this year? Even though they're not in the starting role, those guys can come in and not miss a beat.
Well, they play. I mean, like I say, they've all played a lot of football a year ago because of the injury to Devin. That helps, and they've had a great off season. And Holliday, for the first time, has had the opportunity to work as a tailback during spring ball and throughout the off season because he was a receiver this time last year. So, I feel pretty good about that position. We just have to get better.
A little disappointed in kicking game and, well, the place kicking game, a missed field goal.
No, I am.
Out of
Yeah,
bounds.
yeah. No, the missed field goal was not his fault. That was we were up front. We weren't good enough up front. So missing extra points unacceptable, and we got to get better in that area. But we will.
What's your punter?
Yeah, I thought for the first time, and the long snapper went out there and those conditions in that first half with the wind and they got a little wet there in the second half. I thought the long snapper Wood did a nice job, and Vedwick I think was averaged 44.5. I think is what it was. So for his first time out with people in the stands, I thought he did a pretty good job. That first one he punted into the wind he did a tremendous job on that first one.
Oh, that was into the wind, that 50-yard?
Mm-hmm.
The fake punt, was that called from the sideline or something they picked
No,
up
no,
on
it was
the field?
it was called from the sideline. Yeah.
TV folks seem to think Van Horn got injured. I mean,
No, TV folks are wrong. Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Seeing 72